That's a wrap. That was 2022. It just takes a few more weeks, few more midterms, and the year will be over. It'll be a new year after that. And this year was a weird one. It's kind of interesting, Tried a lot of new things that I didn't think I'd ever have the balls to try out, whether it's boxing, YouTube, wrestling, whatever it may be, And this year went by so quickly, bro. I can't be the only one who thought this year went by way too fast. I mean, it's kind of like just yesterday or like more like last week. It was the end of 2021 and shit like that. I met so many new people. I've also taken a lot of people out of my life. I've kind of rebuilt relationships with a lot of people as well. But shit, this video isn't about me. I shouldn't be talking about this, getting like too into it right now. If you didn't know, I have a few polls up on my channel. Go and vote for them. This is for the Chico MMA Awards of 2022. I'm gonna make a video about this. You guys have been making your voices heard and leaving your comments and stuff. I appreciate it. This one here still only has one vote. Apparently, this is the only one that has one vote. So, I mean, if you think Pavlovich or Arnold Allen or Ilia Topuria deserves Breakthrough Fighter of the Year, then go ahead and vote. Or if you think Pereira should be Breakthrough Fighter of the Year, then make sure it stays that way, Go out and make your voice heard because I want to see what you guys think. Okay, we are moving into the review, the final review of the year, the final event of the year. This was, what's it called? Final event for the next month because there won't be, today's Sunday, there won't be another event for, I think it's 27 days. So, I guess we just gotta strap in for that for absolutely nothing for an entire fucking month. We'll get through it. It's all good. We'll start off with Sergey Morozov versus Zherny Newson. Obviously, Sergey Morozov was able to get the unanimous decision win after having more strikes, a little bit more significant strikes. Had more in the first round, second round, and third round. So, nice win for him there. We move on to David Dvorak versus Manel Kape. I did make predictions about this one. Let's look at my picks real quick. I scroll all the way down. Manel Kape versus David Dvorak. I had... Wait. Hold on. Am I? Oh, yeah, it was UD. My bad. I thought, I had put my prediction for UD, because I didn't. My prediction was that Manel Kape would win by a knockout in the second round, but he was able to get the win by unanimous decision. Instead, after having more significant strikes, obviously he lost round 1, but I think he came back in rounds 2 and 3 for sure. I had him winning this fight 100%. I thought he was going to get a knockout though. Obviously he didn't. Brian Battle versus Renat. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that last name. I was going to make a prediction about this fight. I was gonna put Brian Battle for my prediction, but I decided last second not to. I don't remember why. But good thing I didn't, because he lost the fight by unanimous decision. Dominant unanimous decision. I mean, this is just wild. I'm pretty sure this guy on the right, I think it was him, unless maybe I'm wrong. No. I'm right. I think I got that right. Yeah, it was this guy. Renat here. In this fight, he had 14 minutes, 11 seconds of control time. That's the most control time in any 3-round fight in UFC history. This was a record breaker here for the last event of the year, not pay-per-view. So pretty impressive there. We move on to Rafa Garcia versus Maheshate. I still don't know how to pronounce the name, because I didn't watch this fight, sadly, because I was doing something. I was at a party, so I was taking breaks in between to just watch the fights. It is what it is. But Rafa Garcia was able to get the win by unanimous decision. Landed way more strikes, way more takedowns as well. Just impressive performance throughout. And who was my prediction for this one? I had Maheshate winning by some kind of knockout in the second round as well. So not looking good for my second round knockout predictions here. We move on to the next fight, which was Said Nurmagomedov versus Said Yokub Kakramanov. And Nurmagomedov was able to get the win by submission in the second round. I had him winning by a decision, but I was able to get the person right still, so it's not too bad. I would pick there, and we move on to Jake Matthews versus Matthew Semmelsberger. He was able to get the win by unanimous decision. Even after landing less total strikes, he was able to have more significant strikes, more damage into those shots, and he landed 3 knockdowns as well. He took control of the first round. Second round was close, but obviously the knockdown kind of changed the entire course of that round and who it was going to go to. And with this round, obviously, Jake Matthews landed way more strikes totally. Way more total strikes is what I mean. But Semmelsberger was able to land more significant strikes and have the more damaging blows, as you can see by this knockdown here in the third round. So he was able to get the win by unanimous decision. I should have the scorecards up. I forgot to pull them up. And I don't know if I... Hold up. Results. Scorecards. Let me open that. Okay. Now we move on to Cheyenne Vlismaz versus Corey McKenna. Corey McKenna was able to get the win done by unanimous decision after a dominant performance. Even with letting less significant strikes, I think they were able to get more out of their takedowns and more out of their total strikes. So a good win there. Close first round. Second round was slightly taken by McKenna here. Or I mean, not McKenna, Cheyenne. And then the third round was a way more dominant round for Corey McKenna, and it was able to get her a unanimous decision win. Let me go down to their fight. Okay, yeah. So they had, all 3 judges had Cheyenne winning the first round, but McKenna winning the second and third round. So even after the total strikes and significant strikes, but I'm pretty sure it was the control time and the takedown that was able to get her the win in that round and the win in the entire fight. So good for her on that one. We got a performance of the night winner here, Michal Oleksiejczuk. No, Oleksiejczuk. Michael Oleksiejczuk. I'm pretty sure I got that wrong, but he went up against Corey Brundage. I had Corey Brundage winning this fight. Let me go to theirs. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I had Jake Matthews winning the fight as well, but he lost, obviously. I had Cody Brundage winning the fight and by a submission in the first round, but obviously that's not what happened. I thought Brundage would catch Oleksiejczuk off guard and be able to sink in some kind of joint submission or maybe a choke, but obviously that's not what happened because Oleksiejczuk proved me wrong and showed that Brundage was not able to get away from his power, and he was able to get it done in the first round by knockout for the first main card fight of the night. And here we got the actual fight of the night. Drew Dober versus Bobby Green. I seen a lot of people had Bobby Green winning that fight, guys. I knew Drew Dober was going to win. Drew Dober was not going to lose, that's why. It was just everything was in favor for Drew Dober to win this fight, and he was able to get it done. I thought it would be a fight of the night decision, but it ended up being even better. A fight of the night knockout win for Drew Dober. I think you should get him back into the rankings at that point. He deserves to be ranked. I think they should take Tony Ferguson off of the rankings. You should stop having him so low in the rankings to the point where he's just a target for other people to get an easy route into the rankings, if that makes sense. But I think Tony Ferguson should be off the rankings completely so that people don't look at him as like a potential opponent. You know, Tony Ferguson shouldn't even be fighting as of right now. I think Drew Dober should replace Tony Ferguson on those rankings. I think he should be above Grant Dawson as well. That's just my opinion, though. So, yeah, he was able to get it done by a vicious knockout. It was close up before that, or in the second round is what I mean. No. Okay. I remember watching it live. I thought it was kind of close. Obviously, the first round was not so close. I was kind of watching on and off because I was at that party. I couldn't focus entirely. I was playing Connect 4 as well, so I had to kind of remain focused. And then I won my Connect 4 game. And then Drew Dober got the knockout. It was like, damn, bro. I wasn't paying attention 100%, but I was trying, because it was a Christmas party and a birthday party for one of my friends. It was just both at the same time, so there were so many people there, and yeah, kind of distracted. That's my bad. But Drew Dober was able to get it done either way, so that's good for me, I guess, and good for him. So Alex Caceres versus Julian Erosa was next, and I said this. I said Julian Erosa had a questionable chin. I said it, but I still, for some reason, I just thought he would win, and that was just not gonna happen. Alex Caceres had it all in the bag. He had the 5-fight winning streak prior to his one loss that ended up getting him off the rankings after being inactive. And Alex Caceres was able to expose Erosa's questionable chin, and he was able to get a performance of the night, win, and bonus. And what a wild one too, because damn, bro. Again, I got distracted with this one. Some girl, she caught my attention. I looked up, and then I looked back down, and the fight was over, Like, these things happen. But priorities are priorities. You're going to have the UFC, watching at the same time. And then while the ads play, you just go with back into everybody else's, whatever they're doing. So, great win by Caceres. I think he should go back into the rankings, honestly. I think him and Jonathan Pierce should fight. I think that's a good fight, just to see who really gets that 15th place featherweight ranking. That's a good one. That's the thing, though. I don't know if Caceres beats anyone else in the top 15, whereas Jonathan Pierce does have a chance. So I would have Pierce winning that fight, but I would still want to see the fight just to see what Caceres has to offer versus another top level opponent. And we move on to Amir Albazi versus Alessandro Costa. It was a knockout win in the third round. 2 minutes, 13 seconds left. 2 minutes, 13 seconds into the round. He was winning the fight. Before that, I forgot to pull up the scorecards, bro. What is this? Yeah. Green won the first round there, and then they couldn't score this one because it ended too fast. Then you have two judges had the first round to Costa, but one judge had it to Albazi. All three judges were able to unanimously decide that Albazi won the second round. And then in the third round, this guy did not leave it up to the judges. He was able to get a brutal knockout, brutal uppercut and everything. I thought he was winning the fight up to that point. But yeah, obviously first round, he barely lost. And then the second round, he was a little bit more dominant. He did get that knockdown as well. And then the third round, it was just that uppercut, man. Shut his lights out. Ended the night for him. Good win for Amir Albazi. I can't wait to see where he goes next. I had him winning as well. I had him winning by submission in the first round, but he got it done with a knockout in the third round, which is still okay. Now we move on to this is the fight I was looking forward to probably the most. Arman Tsarukyan versus Damir Ismagulov. Tsarukyan was able to get it done by unanimous decision, 30-27 on all three judges' scorecards. Yeah, this was just a dominant performance from Tsarukyan, mainly on the ground. It was all the takedowns. The strikes were somewhat even. Actually, not somewhat. They were very even. Just one total strike off, two significant strikes off, but it was just that control time and that time having spent on top. I mean, even if you look, Ismagulov landed not more than double. Ismagulov landed almost double the amount of strikes that Tsarukyan did in this round, and he threw more significant strikes and landed more. But what ended up happening was it was just the control time that ended up winning Tsarukyan in the first round, and it just won in the second and third round as well as having the more strikes and everything. So it was just a clear win for Tsarukyan, good win for him. I don't understand why people thought Ismagulov would win that. I think it was pretty evident that Tsarukyan was going to win that from the start. That's just my opinion, though. I think Ismagulov's cool. I want to see him fight someone else. Maybe that's not Arman Tsarukyan, who's a super skilled fighter, who's going to be fighting for the title in the future. I'm certain almost. But good fight nonetheless. Decent fight. Speaking of decent fights, Jared Cannonier versus Sean Strickland. Interesting fight. I did not see a split decision. I saw a unanimous decision, possibly. I did not see a split decision. Obviously, I had Tsarukyan winning by decision. I got that perfect. I had Cannonier winning by a comeback knockout. I thought Sean Strickland was going to keep it a slow fight, piece him up from a distance, land more, and then Cannonier having to have some kind of brutal comeback and get a sort of stoppage on Sean Strickland. That was just what I imagined in my head. Obviously, that's not what happened. But Jared Cannonier came out the winner nonetheless. Very close fight, super close fight. Last fight of 2022. If we look at it round by round, just super close, super close. I mean, just the amount of strikes thrown is almost completely even in all these, except for the fourth round. The fourth round was unanimously decided for Sean Strickland, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it was. No, it was not. Some people gave it to Cannonier. I had Strickland winning the fourth round. But, yeah, just super close fight all around. I had Cannonier winning the fight, the entire fight. But it was obviously hard to tell. And with getting distracted here and there, you know, I just... Going into the judges' scorecards, I genuinely had no idea who was going to win. And if you look, super split between the judges. You know, there was not a single round that all three judges agreed on. Look, first round, one judge gave it to Strickland, 2 to Cannonier. Round 2, same thing. Round 3, I think, 2 gave it to Strickland, 1 gave it to Cannonier. Round 4 was 1 to Strickland, 2 to Cannonier. And then round 5 was 2 to Cannonier and 1 to Sean Strickland. And if you don't know what I just said, I don't either, because it's just so weird how this ended up happening. Obviously, people who didn't watch the entire fight, they're like, whoa, what's going on with these scorecards? This must be so rigged. These judges need to be put in check. They don't know what they're judging. But if you saw the actual fight, you'd know. All the rounds were close rounds. All the rounds could have gone either way. But that's just, it is what it is. Cannonier got the win by split decision, which I think is a valid win nonetheless. I still think it's impressive that Sean Strickland was able to come back from a first round knockout from Alex Pereira and then fight one of the hardest hitters at 185 right now, top 3 hardest hitters at 185, and almost beat him. So, you know what? Even if Sean Strickland is not happy with that loss, I think he should be happy with not necessarily how he performed, but how he was able to survive. I think he should be proud of that. I think what comes next for Sean Strickland, make him fight someone ranked maybe below him. Maybe have him fight Paulo Costa now that they're not ranked in the same ranking anymore. Maybe Derek Brunson is a good one if he were to fight anybody ranked above him. But I think the smart move from the UFC and what they're probably going to end up doing is giving him a guy who's ranked below him. If I had to think, maybe Duplessis gets it. Maybe not Muniz. Muniz is scheduled already to fight. But I don't know what's next for Sean Strickland. And I definitely don't know what's next for Jared Cannonier. I mean, who does he fight now? I feel like he's already fought everybody. He fought Adesanya, lost. He fought Whitaker, lost. He hasn't fought Vettori. There you go. That's a good one. Hasn't fought Marvin Vettori. But Marvin Vettori is scheduled to fight Roman Dolidze, so that's not a fight to make yet. If we look at Derek Brunson, Jared Cannonier beat him. The only one next would really be Paulo Costa, who is right now scheduled to fight Whitaker. But maybe after that, who knows? We're going to see in the future. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about these fights or the main card, the main event. Super entertaining card to end the year off with, and this video is about to reach 20 minutes. If you made it this far, go ahead and vote in all of these. Make your voice heard. Let's go. Yeah, I don't got much else to say. I'm just kind of left kind of speechless about this whole thing. Last event of 2022 before the next year, and it's gonna be an entire month off of UFC's I don't know how I'll keep myself entertained. I don't know what I'm gonna post about, but we'll see. Oh yeah, beginning of next year, I'm starting new things on this channel. I'm gonna try to build myself up. I only got like 7 subscribers right now. It's not too much, but I'm happy with it for the way my career is starting right now. I've only been doing this for a month. I don't know how to edit videos. I don't know how to do shit, but I do this for fun. Because this is something I like talking about. This is something I like to watch. So I like to make opinions, predictions, whatever it may be. I want to thank everybody who stays tuned in or whatever the fuck, just putting in with my bullshit and all that. Even though it's only been a month. Yeah, I mean, I got involved in this sport, man. I got involved in this sport in March of this year. I'm being so dead ass. I think it was February. Yeah, it was February when I started. It was for the fight night between Islam Makhachev and Bobby Green. That was the first one I like really waited to watch and got like invested in it, Cause like before I would wake up the next day to see like, oh yeah, Ngannou won. Oh yeah, Adesanya won. But and obviously I had seen some of the fights. Like I had seen the McGregor Poirier 3 fight. I saw the Oliveira Dustin Poirier fight and the main card and all that of both of those events. But I had never like delved deep into them or gotten involved with it, with the fights and the fighters, or became a super big fan or followed up with them much until the Makhachev Bobby Green card. It was at that point, it was at that event where I started to become super big fan of this entire sport. I got to see Masvidal fight on a pay-per-view, even if he lost, it was still something for me to watch. And then I think it was Volkanovski. Yeah, it was Volkanovski after that. I have a poster of this event right here above me right now. I have 3 posters. I got UFC 261. It's right behind me. I got UFC 270 in front of me, and I got 273 in front of me as well. So yeah, I'm going off about this too much. Video is kind of long, but yeah, I know nobody's made it this far for sure. I'm just kind of talking to myself right now, but end of 2022, it's just like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That's it. Whew. Wish you all the best for the next year. I wish you all good luck because there is no event for the next month. So I wish you all find a good source of entertainment. Try something new. Go out in the world and do something that you wouldn't expect yourself to do. Go out there and do something that you're scared of. Do something you're scared to do. Pick up a sport, pick up a hobby. Ask out that girl you keep looking at. Or go up and talk to that girl that keeps looking at you. Study for that test that you're worried about. Like scared shitless for. Like midterms maybe, if that's you. Because that's me. And I decided to stop for like half an hour just to make this video. And yeah, it's getting kind of long now. Just, if you had any regrets this year, or if you had anything that you wanted to be better at, or something that you wanted to do but were too scared to, if you saw how quickly this year went by, if you just let that sink in, but truly let it sink in and then start thinking, just come to that realization that, damn, bro, that was a year. I only get like 60, 70, 80 of that in my life. Maybe less, maybe more. You really never know. You never know if you're gonna die the next morning. You never know if someone you love is gonna die the next morning. Just don't live next year or any year after that. Don't live your life in general with regrets. If you want to do something, do it. Because nothing's going to stop you except for time. And right now, you got all the time in the world, but what happens when you run out of time? Take advantage of this time you got right now. Take advantage of your capabilities. You can walk, you can breathe, you can speak, you can write, you have education, maybe you even have friends. Like some people don't even have friends, Some people can't walk, some people can't speak or write. Just promise me something. You won't live 2023 with regrets. And Happy New Year.